Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, as we have found ourselves in our next best of 3, the final one for the DPL playoffs. Winner of this tournament actually qualifies for the MDL minor, and this is a $150,000 prize pool. I will not be alone for this best of 3 series for Newbee versus LFY. Joining me, well, my second favorite Australian caster, Godot.
Second? Oh, is base skip the first one? Nah, you gotta change that, man. That's not fair.
Base skip's third. I'm good. First is... Okay, I'm still torn. Is it Gods or is it Toby one? Either one. I am biased to the tier 1 casters. How's the tiny game?
Yeah, I've been pretty good, man. So... Oh, is it?
Did you feel?
Oh, man, I don't know, man. I've been testing that hero a lot, but... Yeah, it's a bit... Jump... ups and downs, you know.
You're like, what, 7.2 now?
On one of my Smurfs, yeah. I've been grinding back on my main account, which is actually lower MMR than my Smurf account, which is kind of bad.
Oh, feels bad, man. Alright, but I mean, here we are, Newbee versus LFY. Interesting drafts popping up. I know you, as a Beastmaster player, would have been happy if you saw, when you saw the patch notes come out for Beastmaster.
Yeah, man, that hero looked amazing. They did like tweak a little bit. They nerfed his talent level 20 so that the wild axes doesn't do as much damage, and also they nerfed the axes at the start as well. More mana cost on them from the start until the end, and I think they also do a little bit less damage. I'm not too sure on that one, but yeah, they did like tweak him a little bit because he was way too strong, and still he's still a first priority hero, I reckon. And as you can see here, Newbee took him straight away as well.
Not to mention as well, I do believe, at least with the Beastmaster, that what do you feel about the neutral creep ad though, like a level 4 summons to Call of the Wild?
10 seconds.
After playing it a lot, I mean the actual additional neutral creep is pretty good. Sometimes it's kind of luck as well, like maybe you need the exact creep to get a potential kill. Let's say you want to combo the roll with like a centaur stun. If you got the centaur stun, then amazing damage. But if you get like a troll trapper or even like an alpha wolf, sometimes it just doesn't cut it. That being said, I think the majority of the creeps are pretty good in most situations. There is only one problem about it, is if one of your boars or let's say your hawk dies at the start, you can't resummon it straight away because the cooldown's pretty long now. For everything it's 1 minute, so that's the one downside of the ability now.
But
overall though, I think the ability is better.
But they increased the hawk HP, right? So you can't just one hit the hawk anymore. So that's that's a good thing. But this patch still plenty of interesting picks coming up. This is the first time this is a team which doesn't immediately ban out the KP heroes. You probably missed it, but yesterday for the DPL, at least for the first match, which Newbee played against LGD. LGD's strat was basically just to ban out every single KP hero. So the first 4 bans were just like KP, 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 KP. And this time, he gets his Beastmaster pick. This is fresh. Kakan the Slaughter again. Actually, they go back into the Silencer. Wraith King. I mean, Wraith King also got a bit of a rework, right, if I'm not mistaken. His Mortal Strike now spawns skeletons. It's actually pretty good for the push, I would say.
10 seconds remaining.
Something which you can't control, but they do quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, I've been looking at some of the games. I think Newbee has been playing Wraith King quite often, actually. And one way they utilize the skeletons is they push out the lane. When there's no creeps around him, he just summons all of them at once, and he just pushes the tower so quickly. And even if they are uncontrollable, as long as he spawns at the exact timing when there's no creeps or heroes around, then he'll just always hit the tower. So that's one way to kind of abuse the uncontrollable feature, which is pretty smart by Newbee.
And okay, what else do you think about Dazzle? Okay, right now, I know this is a bit weird, but the change to Poison Touch, and I do believe in the C region, we have seen some carry Dazzle at least recently. I think WG played a carry Dazzle Miracle, and the new player for Clutch Games as well, they experimented with the carry Dazzle as well.
I mean, it has been seen in the past. Obviously, kind of got reworked as well. I really like the new Poison Touch, where it re-triggers every time you hit a guy, or even if anyone in your team hits the guy who's targeted by the Poison Touch, they get implemented once again, and it just does so much physical damage all up. I mean, I guess it makes a lot of sense making the carry. I'm just a little curious though, what kind of item build did they go on the carry Dazzle for the WG game?
I actually didn't get to see it, but that's what I saw just for tiny bit. It was like a very tiny glimpse. But pretty standard Hurricane Pike, that kind of stuff into Solar Crest, I believe.
Yeah,
But,
Solar Crest would make a lot of sense.
So 5-man smoke movement coming out. Into the 4-man smoke, Newbee or SC. Smoke already gets broken up. And alright, I mean, I like how the lanes are like. You get a Doom off lane, you get a Timbersaw, who I feel like they're lacking severely in physical damage. But the way this patch works, it's always about the nukes, right? That's why you have items like Kaya coming up. Oh, they found KP.
Only a select few heroes.
5-second arrow. Takes one to the backside. Oh, that sucks. So Afu actually getting the first blood. Very nicely done. No hesitation there from Super. Alright, so whose draft do you favor actually right now?
I do like Newbee's lineup. It's very hard to actually deal with the sniper right now, and they have Amplify, they have Beastmaster Aura, and a lot of frontline heroes as well, including the Global, who can also be used defensively if they try to catch the sniper out of position. But the laning is the main thing I'm worried about here. LFY can kind of snowball from the start to the end of the game, but looks like
I mean, even though you have a Timbersaw, doesn't Timbersaw like kind of scale off?
I mean, Timbersaw against Beast matchup is kind of good. They did change the axis, so now it's a little bit more spammable, but overall it's easier for the Timber to stay in the lane than it is for a Beastmaster. And I think Newbee respects that, and they kind of switch the lanes so that they can avoid this Wraith King against Timber matchup with the Slider support does not help them at all. They don't really have the biggest burst as well to kind of zone out the Timber or even try to get a kill on him, so they just opted to swap the lanes out and get the Beastmaster to just spam axes, and the Wraith King with an easier start in the top lane here.
Alright.
Meanwhile, though, in middle would be SCCC Sniper, actually. I've seen it only a few times, but he's quite good on this hero, actually.
He plays a ton.
Well, in fact, I
of
think most heroes is pretty good.
I mean, recently, at least in DPL, they've played mostly a ton of Queen of Pain for SCCC. It actually came to a situation where they got SC on the Veno, I think. And they actually put KP on the mid Queen of Pain.
Interesting. So they swapped the offlane role for the middle role. Was SCCC playing the offlane in that scenario? Or?
No, that's because they had an aggro tri-lane in that situation.
Okay.
Alright, and
top line, third,
because so far what they would do with the first pick is just first phase, pick up the Winter Wyvern, and then they will follow up with the Queen of Pain. That's what they've been doing, but I think this case they didn't really get it. And I mean, what do you think though? Because I start to realize that at least in the Chinese region, starting to pick up slowly in C, we start to see Winter Wyvern becoming a first phase pick again.
It is a strong hero. It's always been practically a very strong overall hero. It has a lot of kill potential. It can push out the lanes if you're getting pushed in. His ulti can really turn fights around. It has a heal, has 2 slows and a lot of burst on top of that. So it's a pretty good overall hero. It's just a little reliant on the Q too much at the start. Silencer getting caught here at top. They do block him out with the Sand King.
Afu with the body blocks, and they will actually get the kill here. Is this a carry Doom actually?
Yep. Or yeah, I mean they do have Timber and a Doom, so it has to be carried Doom here.
I haven't seen this in a while. Radiance Doom incoming brings back the good old cancerous days. I mean, you know it, right? You just go for like what, phase boot, rush the Radiance with the
I mean it's
the greed.
A classic Chinese Doom in the back in the day. TI1, TI2s was very popular.
Oh, I mean, you would know something about that, wouldn't you? You were at TI2, 1.
Yeah, TI2.
Damn.
Yeah, Chinese Radiance Dooms were very popular back in the day. It's mainly because of how fast you farm by utilizing the Devour, and then you just scale up into the Raz so quickly that it snowballs the rest of your items, and you get it shivers, and then you're just practically unkillable at that point. But here at top lane, Faith giving a lot of harassment with his glaives on the Doom here.
You actually do
and
get
now
the
gets
burrow
caught
up.
again.
The body blocks into Faith, constantly Afu being a pain in Faith's ass. Oh, that Infernal Blade, Faith will get whacked down. And just like that, Mugi is definitely deado. Or maybe not the Wraithfire Blast with the Crush. Afu goes down. DDC. Who needs Grave?
Nice turnaround there.
It is.
They all had all these stacked up magic sticks there. Or magic wands.
I mean, Magic Wand, it feels like a must-have item now in the laning because of the mango. You add it to the recipe, it feels really good, actually, I feel. Alright, so...
And look at the middle lane, 19 denies by SCCC's Sniper, 21. crazy. And look at the level difference. He's one level ahead already.
Yep, but he does take an arrow to the face. Actually gonna man fight Super here. Does he have to verify? He's gonna hold his ground. Who's gonna end up dying here? Wow. SCCC. Alright.
That is a crazy amount of denies.
Double rate.
And the fact that denies now give you XP, and it's so much denying effect.
And they've always given so much EXP, but I'm glad they balanced that out, because I think in the previous patch, before the 7.07, you would gain 75% of the creep EXP from denies, which was broken.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Alright, Darcy, I don't know, man. I know you said that LFY can snowball hard off this, but even if it Timbersaw and a Doom, I haven't... Okay, tell me more with the Doom. Do you think he's a physical damage carry? What kind of carry is he? Does he scale late wells as well?
I don't think any of their cores are actual physical scaling cores. I mean, the Mirana can be, but with the start he has in middle lane though, getting caught. But respecting the TP counter plays, they back away. Top lane though.
They're going again for the action, and yep, down goes Doom. Moogie.
That crit.
I always find...
Crit lord.
Yeah, I always find, like, you know, when in your pubs, you play against some hero of RNG like a PA or Wraith King, they crit like every single hit. When I play it, I don't know, it's like...
Triple C in middle lane.
Oh, is he about to get... Is he going to die here? Yep, he does tank the arrow. And actually almost brings Afu down. He actually does get the return kill. KP will actually be able to get this up. And never mind, there is one more leap on Super. KP still hunting for this. Top lane...
Yeah, I mean, there have been trade-offs, and that's favorable for Newbee. The game does drag out.
Oh, the crush. Dazzle top lane. Wave Fire Blast to follow. Dazzle, they want to contribute some intel to the silencer. Let it stack up. You know, let it stack up slowly.
Yep. Nicely timed stuns there. Didn't even allow him to actually use any spells there.
And Monet, just like that, is going to basically get a free lane, bottom lane. You know, 36 and 11. We haven't talked about him yet. Is it okay though to like give Timbersaw this kind of free reign, free farm?
As I discussed at the start, it's just a hero you can't really stop with the current cores that Newbee has. The only hero that can kind of go up against it is the sniper, but obviously the sniper's mid. Top lane though, Moogie in trouble here.
Yep, hunting him down with the scorch stuff and all, with the heal bomb to follow, looking for the crush, getting the double, and it actually looks like Dazzle may be turned around right here. He has a grave.
Still going for it.
Oh, Oppa, very close, and Moogie still alive. The crit, never mind. LFY's, well, Doom Sword is bigger. Faith will end up getting one more kill, more intel flying his way. It's always about whose sword is bigger, isn't it? In this case, it's Doom.
I'm assuming this sniper will build up into a Swords Edge towards the later stages of the game. I mean, it is one way to deal with this Timber, which is uncontested. He's already got the tower at the bottom lane. He's got a lot of farm on him. And unlike the Beastmaster, he doesn't have too much. But I guess his role in this game won't be really to do the damage or even to get a book. It's more to set up kills, maybe be more for an Aura Master more than like a book Beastmaster build up. So we might see items like Vlads or top lane though again. DEC
more intel flying the way of Faith. Kaka just getting more glaives damage out onto this Doom. He actually went back into the last wood. I mean, he's gotten like 4 stacks of intelligence right now. His glaives are going to start hurting more and more, even though it's only level 1.
Yep, they also did change the int to damage and nerfed it a little bit. I think it's 20% from all levels, starting from level 1. Bottom lane though, Beastmaster in trouble. SCCC does come in.
Afu, he's dead. There's no way he gets out of this. Why did he cancelled the assassinate? Hello? Alright, now he's dead.
But he's got him.
Hawk vision.
Taunted. All calculated there.
Calculated. Now, he just wanted to increase the difficulty of the game, give him some hope, right? Sometimes that's what you need to do, just tilt your opponents.
He did cancel to get that one last right click, but then he got fogged, and all of a sudden turned daytime and he could actually cast Assassinate again, so that's kind of fortunate.
Moogie actually going to man fight here against Doom. Yep, getting the stun up, but with the score stuff, that regen's far too much. Dazzle's coming in as well, chasing after him with the score stuff. They want to burn Moogie down, but he has an ultimate. They just want to zone him out of this lane. But in the middle lane, Faith looking for the second Starstorm. One more right click, super. Double damage. TP out. What the hell?
Should be fun. Close call there.
What do you feel about the new Mirana leap? Now you get 3 charges of leap. It seems quite, I don't know, weird. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the clowny parts where they just end up like triple leap into an arrow and Starstorm, right?
Yeah, I mean there is a lot of benefits with the level 15 talent where it gives you plus 100 leap attack speed. So technically you have what, 6 seconds off that. I think it lasts for 2 seconds, the duration of the leap effect. So it's pretty nice later on. It does give you that extra increase of damage, physical damage boost, which was actually an addition at level 25. If either you wanted to get that or you wanted to get the additional arrows.
Oh,
but
Roar
now
on
you
the
can actually
Dazzle
get both.
top lane. They were looking to make Faith even smarter, but okay, dodging it for now. Grave to buy himself a bit more time, ends up going down to Faith, plus 2 intel again. I mean, 9 minutes in, he has plus 10 intel stacks. I say that's not too shabby for a silencer. Bottom lane, they are looking for Kaka.
His game is definitely going.
Chasing him down, you know, but the sprint. I really enjoy like the new slaughter thing where, you know, as long as you're in the river and you're on sprint, you get a ton of movement speed.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I think that is when you max your sprint as well, right? So you don't get it at the very early levels.
Yeah. Otherwise, they'll be broken. Okay, he's gonna man fight Arfu.
Yeah.
But
They just don't really have a way to deal with Monet right now.
They can't. They don't have the damage. Sniper, like you said,
And I do
Edge.
like his build up as well. He went for all this
Arrow.
armor items, buckler and whatnot. Ooh, nice.
So Kaka ends up going down, and you know, I have a big question for you, Darcy. Why does Slaughter get this privilege of sprint with 700 movement speed but Tidehunter doesn't?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Because he doesn't have sprint? I don't know. What do you want me to say?
Oh, he's a big fish. Come on, you gotta have some fun with the lore, right, in the game.
If I recall, he could actually swim. Tidehunter back
He
in
can.
Warcraft 3, so
He taunts, right? I mean, you know
So
the
maybe-
taunt.
able to swim. Yeah, actually true. It is the taunt. I mean, not the same way he swims in Warcraft 3 lore, but I mean, it does swim, I guess, in a sense.
Oh, feels bad, man. Darcy, you've been in this game too long. Time for you to go pro and make.
so
Time for you to go pro in
right there.
RuneScape. And when RuneScape comes out on the mobile phone, you can do it then. Okay, Moogie takes a chakram, but we haven't seen him use it ultimate just yet. He actually goes back into the Midas. He's going to scale quite nicely here. Alright. So this game's still quite even. I mean, is it okay though? You said
It's
LFY
triple
can
C.
snowball off the lanes.
Yeah, I mean, if they can snowball off the games, then it might be a very quick game, but that didn't really happen. Monet did have, like, a dream start. However, Super kind of got owned at middle, and the top lane kind of went either way. Both heroes kind of have about the...
Bottom.
I wouldn't say the same
Kaka.
farm, but...
Doom is dead.
Nice.
So Slaughter is dead to the Doom.
Solid kill.
Yeah, that's a big kill, and that means
And
you
they're
keep-
actually looking to make another play here with the smoke.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Can they though? Who will they find? If they,
I mean, they are looking someone.
you can't get the Wraith King. I mean, at best you can maybe burn out the reincarnation, but I'm sure they know. Do they see him?
They can just TP to the shrine as well if this happens, so it's not really ideal.
Arrow, Starstorm, TP's
And
coming
here
in
we
from
go.
Kaka. Moogie lays up the stun. Rift Fire Blast gonna be duked. Just kidding. Here comes Doom as backup, and they will just shrine up, still having the secondary life there on Moogie. Still gonna be okay. But over the top, trying to look for the kill. Monet is a very tough kill.
Dire's top
I mean, you would
tower
need him to
is
stand
Oh,
under
they
in
really
the
want
shrine
to
for 5
though.
seconds. Yeah, I don't think this is the play. Slaughter's kind of heading up there.
Radiant are scanning.
He does almost have his level 7 as
Warrior.
well for the sprinting
Warrior?
action.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh, that's
That's
unfortunate.
not ideal.
It never is.
Chainmail down there. That was medallion actually completed for the Beastmaster.
Sick. Getting the roar out into the Dazzle. He's just a Dazzle. And Faith getting more intel.
Top tower is under attack.
KP does not discriminate.
Support lives do not matter. But in this case, they do matter to
Dire's
KP,
middle
right?
tower is under attack.
Moog in trouble here. He does get his aim pop. TP's come through. No, only S triple
He's
C
gonna
here.
turn in. Global Silence is there, dude. They're gonna go for turnaround. Doom actually might end up dying here. One more right click. They have the assassinate. Is he gonna use it just yet? No, he cancel, and he should end up dying here. And of course, now they can find Afu as well. Contact the shrapnel. Moogie gets the kill. Super on the way back. Think he may go into the shrine, perhaps.
Yep.
They have a ward there. But I think they should be able to
And
slow
looks
him
like
down.
he opted to go for the Maelstrom actually.
Okay, what do you feel about the Mirana build? Because I realize with the Mirana build, we see several options, by the way. Because sometimes he's going to Dragonlance, some people rush into a Diffusal, some rush into, like, I don't know, Yasha, Manta style. There's so many options available.
Yeah, this build up though is a little weird. I mean, they kind of lack damage already. Doom doesn't really output much damage. Timber does do a lot of damage, but it's not burst damage. And it's not like they want to fight into the Timber Saw right now. So I think this Dragonlance build up is a little awkward. It does have more sustainability, and I guess he can just farm a little more and easier. He's less prone to dying since he has that extra HP boost. Bottom lane though, Moonlight Shadow being used for the setup of kill down here.
If they can get Kaka there
They
with a big play,
sentry, they know.
Radiant's top tower is under
using the
attack.
fishy senses, they know what's going on. They smell the fish. Oh, they spotted them. Can't make up the mind. Nice sandstorm to juke, but Kaka looking for the crush. Maybe they can turn this around right now with the Doom. Will they use it? Yes, they will. And looks like Kaka will end up dying here. I think he's gonna get denied by SCCC. He's standing near to SC, looking for the arrow, turning around for the Doom.
Well.
I'm so torn. Alright, Kaka ends up going down. Doom is going to be saved by the Grave. Looking for the epicenter play right now. On to 2. 1 down. Mugi to follow as well. 3 for 1 trade. Just losing your Sand King in the process. Afu says hashtag worth it. And Super got a, what, triple kill there? Yeah, that was a triple kill. That's a huge amount of gold flying into his pocket.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really have the best start, but he did move a lot and he's got some kills. I mean, before that, he already had 3 kills on top. Meanwhile though, KP had to hold off Monet, which was not easy at all. He does end up finishing his medallion. I think the courier is up now, so he is looking to go for the book actually. So that's gonna be a pretty slow book, but it does increase their damage output as well towards the later stages of the game.
Yep, easy to get
Getting
those
that approach
pickoffs.
creep as well does help out as well.
Alright, so 13 to 12, 2,000 gold advantage for LFY. You know, you got 2 tier 1 towers already. Are you concerned though? Like, you know, when you're playing as a sniper, I know you said you thought about the Silver's Edge, now he will go into it. Why do you think he went for the Maelstrom first instead of rushing the Silver's Edge though?
It is quite interesting. I mean, Maelstrom does give you magical damage, which is good against Timber Saw, and especially since he's not actually going for the hood. So Maelstrom does do a lot of damage, but I mean, they do have Amp to increase the damage. They do have the Beastmaster aura as well on top of that, and with the book and the medallion, it will be a lot of auras being affected.
Aurora's going to be used into Timber Saw, yep, getting the crush as well with the amplified damage, and Timber Saw, you may be tanky, but you're not that tanky. Down he goes. Easy gold and more intel flying again through the silencer. He's been involved in every single kill, by the way, just saying. Or almost every single kill.
I do love Slider's amp though. It just makes these unkillable heroes just killable. I mean, he does seem very tanky. He does went for the buckler, but still such an easy kill there.
I agree. And now with the Moonlight Shadow, looks like they will have to back off. You know, just baiting things out for a bit. You have the Corrosive Haze on 2 heroes. They know where LFY are headed to. And top lane, they're just going to keep on pushing for more. KP just wants to complete that, you know, the Necro Book. Get some momentum going on with the unit damage as well. You know, you have to love that stuff.
Yep.
And actually, no, they just go straight for Roshan.
Shadowblade now being built up as well now by SCCC.
Yeah, he has completed as well. After this Roshan, Corrosive Haze, you know, Wild Access, Medallion. Why not? Why not? Look at this Roshan fall. It's actually falling very fast because of all these amps stacking up. Stun gonna use beautiful double crush from Kaka. It's gonna catch them all. Global Slan's gonna come on as well. 3 heroes caught inside the shrapnel. Looks like the Doom is about to go down after the Sand King. 2 heroes dead for absolutely nothing. And Kaka looking for more. Look at the crush already. He's gonna tank the chakram just a tiny bit, but he's looking to go for more. Shrapnel. They want to find DDC. Going in to get the crush out. Dazzle. Well, Dazzle. Wow, those axes. KP cuts him down like a medium rare steak. And alright, SCCC with the double kill. And they take the tier 1 tower to boot. Huge gold swing flying their way. 3 heroes, Aegis, and tier 1 tower.
Yeah, I mean, this tier 2 tower as well will be going down. They do have all their spells since they kind of got caught after Roshan got slain, but yep, Newbee just makes the safe play, goes back. They do realize they don't have the global here, the raw, they don't have mana as well for the raw itself, so just back off, reset, farm a little bit until their ultimates are back up, and after that maybe they can do another push with the newly acquired Aegis on the sniper.
Will be pretty good timing to get that Shadow Blade as well. It's gonna help him a lot. Get rid of one of those Wraith Bands. What is Mugi going for next? Deso. I mean, I like this build a lot instead of the Radiant's Blade Mail build. I feel like this build helps them fight and scale much better, at least, and fights way better in the mid game as well. you get a few lucky crits. Why not, right? So after the Blink Dagger, would you not consider a Silver's Edge on the Wraith King as well, just to deal with this Timbersaw?
I think actually going for this Deso pickup is ideal because they have so much amplify.
Hold on, smoke
that
broke.
makes the Timber very
Jumping onto Monet.
pushy.
Great Fire Blast to follow as well. They can try to grave him, but they're trying to get DDC. Using the grave just in the nick of time. Monet's actually going to be fine. I think he's going to suicide here.
Yeah.
Never mind, ends up dying.
Debated.
Crush. They want to go get the Dazzle. He doesn't have grave anymore.
Look at that speed.
Yeah, balanced,
Yeah, no
right,
skip
boys?
for Kaka over there.
How is this balanced?
And yeah, I mean, this will be a push, I think.
Should be. I mean, there's nothing to stop them. They have the Aegis. Monet died, so he did lose some of his Bloodstone charges. And SCCC just taking the tower.
And they're gonna go in again.
Looking for the crush one more time. Ooh, they were playing with that thought. They were entertaining that thought.
Yep. They do have so much amplified damage. The
Crush.
Deso, the Medallion.
Timber, are you sure? Global Silence comes out. No way to save him. He's just down.
Yep.
Bloodstone charges. I mean, they were there. Barrel Strike, so that would be their reincarnation pop. Two heroes caught next to each other. Doom's gonna be used onto Kaka, but he says he stands his ground. Down goes the Doom. And of course, looking for Super as well. Assassinate maybe. He's gonna leap away. Ooh, almost brings him down to death. But it's okay, they take it. And meanwhile, all this is happening. You know, Kaka just tanks the Doom and walks it off like, you know, pretty much like a mosquito bite.
Yeah, it's crazy. They have 23 negative armor kind of amp on the target they all choose to aim for. They got the Medallion, they got the amp, and the Deso. And this Deso pickup is very smart. As soon as they get the jump, they actually confirm kill one unless the Grave comes out. And even if the Grave does come out, I mean, afterwards, then what? The Timber can't really do much. He has to back away, so most of the damage is negated at that point.
So, okay, what's the possible reasoning behind him going for the Buckler? I mean, you talk about stacking armor on this Timbersaw.
Yeah.
You know, he went for the Talon with the extra reactive armor stacks, but this hasn't been working out. That gold could have been used to completing the Bloodstone earlier, maybe even contributing to perhaps purchasing a Yellow Scepter or even a Lotus Orb. I mean, what other reason could there be?
I mean, the Buckler is mainly just for the armor. I mean, it makes sense because even if you do go Bloodstone and you end up dying, if you can't stand in the front and tank up for the
Oh,
team,
Dazzle, demolished by the Sniper. They're coming in and cutting up Kaka immediately. With the Maelstrom procs flying around, Sniper is actually still going to be okay. Wants to get the Assassinated up. Actually almost brings down Super to 7 HP. Wow, the Wave Fire Blast coming out into the Doom. Doom is about to follow him down into the grave. 3 for 1. And we're going to get the Timbersaw one more time. And KP with the double, with the triple.
Yeah, he killed off the book with the Chakram when he got the kill there.
Well played. So wait, the Chakram went through and took care of the melee unit. Alright, that sucks. I was wondering, like, I thought he was fine. Lol. Alright, so 25 to 13 and 5,000 gold advantage. Newbee are looking very strong. Is this the same team we saw at TI? I mean, look at LFY.
I mean, they did come second at TI, so I mean they do look really good. After TI they were a little shaky, but I mean new patch, new time to shine, you know. I mean in the same hand, bottom lane though.
Mugi wants to kill Super, but it looks like they may have found themselves the silencer kill. This is also a pretty big kill, but here comes the Barrel Strike, immediately getting crushed up, and Afu's down in Grave is trying to save him. Mugi has the reincarnation, actually.
Aegis running out!
Aegis running out, this is ready if they're trying to fight, this is ready if they try and turn. KP on the run, Mugi gonna right click away and try and save the Doom. Oh, actually no, he's gonna kill the Doom, what am I saying? And anyways, Hue Bomb's coming out, Monet trying to cut down Mugi. Look at those crits, Rod's gonna come in with the Wild Axis. Down he goes, 4 heroes dead. Newbee are doing it. And DDC, they want more blood. Sniper already died. And actually, alright, Silencer, Faith, you know, just casually rocking 40 intel. Smartest guy in the game right now.
I mean, the Sniper's timing on the Aegis just unfortunate. He just literally died as soon as the Aegis ran out. But at the same time, everyone else in Newbee's team is quite fat. There is a book 3 coming from KP. Mugi is quite fat. He's got his Desolator as well. So they do have a lot of damage regardless of Sniper being dead or not. On the other hand, if Monet dies, then LFY's damage output is very limited. And I think that's the difference in this game right now. They have a lot of threats. Newbee has a lot of threats that they have to deal with. They kind of need to kill the Beastmaster. They did try to doom him off, but he didn't die and came back and raw drop book and whatnot. The Sniper dying didn't really affect them that much either, so that's a big problem going on for LFY side. And if the game does scale out, it's going to be very, very hard because it'll be a lot harder to deal with. Let's say a skeleton king with 2 lives, a sniper who's just going to stand at the back for global defending him. So middle lane though, Monet is going down once again.
Darcy, I thought you said that.
Look at all this stuff.
I know, and I thought you said that the Timbersaw was supposed to be damage. Where's the damage? Oh, can you find the crush? Super.
I mean, if you're dead, there's no damage, right?
damage, low roar. Ah, cut that kitty up. Keep you in a mega kill streak. Straya represent. Is that what's happening here? you know you're about to do that.
I got my fist in the air right now.
I know. I can hear it like pumping in the air. All right.
And I mean, this is.
Let's see.
This is pretty much.
Oh, they actually get the trade. Doom getting him off, and
yeah, but
okay.
They
Doesn't matter.
utilize the epicenter here. So how are they gonna deal with this push going on? This
they don't.
Will be
Look at Moogie. Look at Moogie. He's so fat with the crush and the global. Goodbye, Timbersaw. You were once alive and now you are dead in 3, 2, 1. And now coming into the bar strike, they need to, but no epicenter. How do they fight? Super has no damage. GG's gonna be called. LFY getting run over by Newbee all over 1,000 years as Newbee claimed the easiest silencer game of Faith's life. How much intel did he rack up?
So, I mean, I guess the way to deal with Timber, it was just to kill him at the end. I mean, it's kind of anticlimactic. He was farming the whole time, he had a really good start, no one could kill him at the start of the game for maybe the first 15 minutes or so. And then eventually, he came to a fight, and they just amped and bursted him down in 2 seconds, so...
You do
I mean, I think this was just a draft issue here coming from LFY's side.
For sure.
They just didn't really have the right heroes to deal with Newbee's cause.
It felt super weird, but look at that silencer. Oh my god. This is the kind of thing which makes me happy. Plus 56 stolen intelligence. This guy does more damage than the entire LFY. I mean, technically he did almost do more damage than everyone on the side of LFY. But alright, so you say...
Yeah, third most damage.
Alright, so what do you think LFY needs to do next? Like, what kind of heroes can they draft against Newbee? Let's speculate a bit here, man. Show me that 7.87... 7.07, you know, patch.
I don't really have the most knowledge regarding the Chinese teams. If you were to ask me more of the European games or the C games, then I'd probably give a more developed answer.
Okay. If this was C, I mean, technically China is part of C, so...
No. I mean, it is.
They can be, you know, we all
not in the... We wouldn't call it in the
We
Dota
are all
region,
Minglis,
really.
it's fine.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think you can ban out Newbee. They just have too many heroes that they can play at a very high level. But at the same time, I think LFY just needs to really play their standards. I know they used to play a lot of Night Stalker position 4. Sanking is not really something they haven't done, but maybe revert back a little bit with a new kind of style with the patch introduction. I don't think Doom and Timber cores are really ideal. I mean, the Wraith King here, just they can't deal with them with the Doom and Timber cores. Even if they kill them once, then afterwards it's a big problem. They don't really have a hero to kind of deal with the sniper as well. So I think just new game, start fresh, think of ways, or even just focus more on themselves and on the enemy lineup. So just play what they think is good for them.
Alright, so there, you heard it first here from Godot. I'm Hades, and we'll be back for Game 2 shortly to see if Newbee can take this series clean 2-0 to move on to the Grand Finals with the winner's bracket at least. So, once again, Hades and Godot, we'll be taking a quick break. See you guys for more DPL games in a few minutes.